I'm sad about that fridge. It's really nice.
Or it would be.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
The
Do you
bottom
plan
is
on
gonna
using it for beers?
yes. So the
Look
bottom
at you.
will be beers and the top will be wine. So it'll be like 8 bottles of wine, and then the rest will be beers on the bottom.
Is that just for guests because you still drink them warm like a peasant?
Pretty much.
Okay.
I drink my wine cold normally, and certain beers. So like this beer, I actually refrigerated.
Nice.
Good. It's that fucking hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really warm.
Yeah.
I went to, I had seltzer water out in the garage, and I didn't put them into the fridge. And then with dinner, I went to go grab one. I was like, it can't be that bad. I'll just drink it. Somebody's like,
hot.
no, it's like warm.
Seltzer soup.
Yeah, it's gross. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Bottled Fuchsiacast number 40. You can find all of our content at bottledfuchsia.com, streams at twitch.tv/bottledfuchsia, and beam.pro/bottledfuchsia. Nope, that's mixer.com/bottledfuchsia. Now this doc is out of date.
I think it probably redirects. Whatever.
Yeah, it redirects.
It does,
yeah, sorry.
and it basically just tells you, hey, don't use beam.pro anymore.
Update your shit.
Videos and archives and streams at youtube.com/bottledfuchsia, Facebook and Twitter at bottledfuchsia. On the Bottled Fuchsiacast tonight, we have Nanners,
Hey.
Brady,
Hey.
Aaron,
Hi.
and I am John. So, Nanners, your list isn't a million miles long this time.
Yeah.
What's going on, buddy?
I actually didn't have time to edit the document that much, so.
So you did play infinite games. You just didn't add them.
I mean, I played 7 more than are on this list, so it's not that many. I didn't even think to put any of the Switch games on there that I played. Damn.
Oh, did you get games for your Switch?
No.
Wait, did you get a Switch?
Oh, well.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I
You could lead
downloaded
with that.
demos.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I got a Switch. I don't know. I figured I was gonna buy one eventually, so
Was it Prime Day?
No. So I had a whole bunch of Amazon credits sitting there, and I was like, I wonder, if I apply that to this purchase, how much it'll be. And it was $190 then. So I was like, yeah, sure.
Yep, that's not a bad grab. That's
Yeah.
the reason I ended up with one. I was like, if it comes up on Amazon, because I have Amazon points, I'll get it there. And sure enough, I snagged a pre-order at that point in time because of Amazon points.
That was the system and no games?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So this technically comes with 2 controllers if you want to be generous. I don't know if
left and the right.
Yeah, they work fine. I don't know. I haven't had a disconnect, but I also haven't been more than probably 2 feet away from it.
You didn't get behind your fish tank or anything?
No, I had it.
Okay. That's important.
Yeah,
If you had problems 2 feet away, you'd see problems. So
yeah.
I think you're good then. It was just that initial batch. Beyond that, I haven't seen anyone complaining. So you're probably in the clear with your controllers. Did you get the neon or the gray?
Oh, I got the neon.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the atomic purple of this generation. So I had to do it. I mean, come on.
Actually, atomic purple Joy-Cons would be pretty cool.
I mean, I'm hopeful.
And then the Toys R Us green one, too. That was when I bought a 64. I got the Toys R Us neon green one and the atomic purple were the best controllers.
Nice.
So you didn't get any games for it yet? Just demos and stuff?
I haven't. Snipper clips will probably be the first thing I get. There's
That's a
this
good one.
insane part of my brain that's like, but you could play Breath of the Wild on it. And it's like,
And then you can play it anywhere.
Yeah.
but I already bought the DLC, which doesn't seem.
Well, you could
to
just
be
buy it again.
great. Yeah,
I mean,
I could just buy the game
Nintendo
and the
mantra.
DLC.
Just wait for Nintendo to put it on sale.
yeah, that
Yeah.
happens.
When the Switch 2 Air comes out, maybe it'll be on sale.
The new Switch DS.
The new Switch. Yeah.
Just folds right in half. You can roll it up in a scroll actually and carry it with you.
That'd be awesome if the Switch DS was just like 2 switches, like in a clam case.
Just hinged.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd probably buy that.
Yeah.
But the thing I actually wanted to talk about was Prey, because I fucking beat that game.
Yeah.
It's real
Nice.
good. I decided for some reason that I liked it so much I was going to 100% it, because I actually gave a damn about what was going on in that game, which I can't say too much of because there's lots and lots of spoilers, but I did everything that game had to offer with the exception of one mission that was bugged, and
Yeah, it had to be bugged.
yeah. I died numerous times attempting what it was supposed to be, and I even went and looked up a guide online because I'm like, all right, it's this one last thing I just got to know, and I could not find the guide that I needed, so
So all that extra stuff is more story content too. It's not just like random
yeah.
side missions and stuff. Okay, so
Well,
you are getting something out of
Some of it
100%.
affects the ending,
yes,
Oh.
yes,
but it's hard to know what does without getting to the ending.
Yeah, actually, now that you just say that, I just thought of the fact that I know you and I did something different in that game, and that's not even one of the things that I don't think comes up later.
Yeah, I feel like they should
necessarily.
have mentioned that. I love the ending and like the setup for it, but I wish
Yeah.
it mattered more.
Yeah,
It's hard to talk about the ending without spoilers.
if you go Paragon or Renegade or
Yeah.
whatever.
Rapscallion.
But yeah, that game's really good. That's gonna be a lot of talk during Game of the Year, so everyone should play that at some point once they have a
Yeah,
chance.
maybe we can talk more
mean,
openly about it.
I feel like you could say that about 50% of the games that have come out this year so far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this
I
year's
think-
been phenomenal.
This
It's
year,
been a good year. Yeah.
I feel like normally during our Game of the Year talks, it's usually almost like divided, or they're like pockets of like people who are like, yeah, I think like Kay and I were on like Team Doom last time. And this year I could see everyone having a different favorite game this year. And that fight is going to be rough.
So one of the hard parts I think is going to be too, like, I have two different games that I think should be Game of the Year, and that's not how Game of the Year works because you can't have two
Nope.
games
You're gonna
both
fight
be.
yourself.
Yeah, so I'm going to fight myself first. So I'm going to be exhausted by the time Game of the Year rolls around.
And then God help us if PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds doesn't release this year.
if that
And
releases,
then
that'll be dangerous. But like if it doesn't, then that'll be easy.
So the problem
Like-
is it's going to release because I think it's going to be on consoles by the end of the year, and I don't know if it's necessarily
It's-
going to be early access there.
early access in console by the end of the
thank
year.
God.
Oh, it's not the actual launch. I thought it was an actual release
don't
that was going to hit the X.
Think so. I mean, I
Okay.
could be wrong, but they said. I think the last I had heard, and this is probably ever changing, the PC final release will like coincide with the console like beta release of
Okay.
it.
How
So-
does consoles handle like early access stuff like that?
Digitally?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
like
I'm not
buy
sure.
it like normal and you get updates later.
Yeah, I'm guessing it'll just be like through codes that they give out. And
Yeah.
then they can release them as like separate items, like a beta version, like alpha version, beta version. I think Microsoft actually has something like some sort of beta program that they're starting to roll out as well.
Okay.
That it might be a part of that where it's, just going to be ever changing and then becomes a real version, sort of like Steam's early access. because, I mean, there's money to be made there, so you may as well have an early access program on your console. But yeah, if that game was not releasing this year, I feel like it was going to be on everyone's personal top 10 list and just not in the group list because it technically didn't release unless we have that conversation
We have an early access game category, right?
We do,
Yeah, we do.
and we already know the winner.
Yeah, that'll be easy.
So do you have anything else, Nanners, or that about it?
Those are the big items.
Right.
Deb made me Warframe, but that's for a different podcast
No,
where
That's
we
really
talk about our shame.
Shooting to be Destiny.
Yeah.
Is it making major strides in that respect?
They're adding social play areas where they are like Destiny environments where it's just players drop in and out and quests are more randomized rather than their formalized party quest system that they have now. Or maybe in addition to that quest system. It's hard to know. I haven't read much, so
Interesting.
yeah.
Brady, how about you? What have you been up to?
Well, speaking of early access, lots of player unknown battlegrounds.
Yeah.
It's really all I want to play lately.
And talk about and like watch other
dangerous.
people.
Yeah,
and
like-
like if I'm working, watch other people play.
Yeah. I feel like it's chasing that high. Like no other game makes you feel like that when you're in like the top 10. Like shit's going crazy, your heart's pumping. Nothing else comes close to that. So I'm always just like chasing that high. Like I want to get that again.
Need
I
that
would
dinner.
Yeah.
I would say that there's a certain amount of like randomness to it too, where like
Oh yeah.
the most ridiculous shit just happens in that game every time we play it. And I don't think any game has made me laugh that hard recently as that game has. So
I don't feel like I've ever left that game frustrated. Like when shit goes wrong, I know it's because we're being dumb or I'm being dumb or like I got outplayed and I'm okay with that. Like I don't ever leave angry, and can't say that a lot about a lot of multiplayer games like that.
that's true.
Kay got it, and she got her first
she
chicken
got her
dinner. at,
goddamn chicken dinner.
game
on,
4 or 5, yeah.
Yep.
Her fifth
Wow.
play.
And she got a couple kills
It's
that
all
game
that Doom
too.
she practiced on.
Just running and gunning.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just like you idiots hiding there in that house, I'm just gonna go shoot people and then we'll win.
Hide in that bathtub.
Yep.
Is that what that game is? Like every bathtub on the map is somebody's in it, just waiting with a frying pan.
Potentially yes, but probably no.
Right.
Okay.
And it's more likely a shotgun.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But besides that, I've been trying to kind of chisel away at Hallow Knight. The game's very good,
looks
but
good.
it can be somewhat frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I didn't understand why it was compared to, like a Souls game. But now I get it. I feel like that's somewhat accurate.
Well, I thought that's the nowadays that anything that has any challenge to it, you just call it.
Yeah, at first I was
Souls.
like, oh, that's kind of like ridiculous. Like, yeah, there's corpse runs. Like, when you die, you have to go back to get your money and you fight a ghost
Oh.
of yourself.
Oh.
Which is, I mean,
Oh, that's
not hard.
interesting.
It's
Yeah.
like a couple hits and you kill it, but it's always around a bunch of enemies that killed you. So it's adding an enemy to the group of enemies. But beyond that, I didn't really see a lot of comparison. But then as I played more and more, I think I get it. Some of the bosses and certain things like that are just brutal. It is still very fun, but it's hard.
How about you, Aaron?
I think the last time I was on, I talked about that Age of Triumph book in Destiny 1 that I was working on, and I managed to complete at least enough of the necessary tasks to order the shirt. So I earned my opportunity to give Bungie more money, which I did.
And then snapped the disc.
Mine's a digital download, and I have to take the whole Xbox and like crack it over my knee.
Yeah, that's
Worth
fine.
it.
The X is coming out.
The X is coming out, yeah. Thimblebee Park had an update where they added a whole bunch of like new conversations that happened between characters. So I'm playing through that for the third time now because I played through on the regular mode, I played through on the easy mode to see what they removed, and now I'm going through it again. Breath of the Wild DLC. I did the Trial of the Sword, the crazy power up your Master Sword trial thing.
So is the outcome of that your Master Sword doesn't break anymore, or is it just more powerful?
Well, both, I think.
Okay.
The power increases. So there are 3 sets of trials. You've got the beginning, middle, and final trials, which is nice that you don't have to do all like 50 levels like in one shot. You can, you get through them bit by bit. Every piece of the trials you complete, the Master Sword goes up 10 attack power. So
Okay.
it goes from 30 to 60, basically. It goes to its full power, what it is whenever you're around, like, Guardians and whatnot. Like, it's that all the time now. And it glows all the time.
Okay. So for Guardians, does it go up even more, or it
I
just
think it-
stays at 60 for everything then?
I think it stays at 60. I haven't gone to fight a Guardian yet. I'll have to... Now I need to know. I'll have to go do that. But the durability... all the reports I saw, people said that it just increases the durability, but then like nobody would ever say like it's definitely unbreakable.
Mm-hmm.
Before the podcast here, I ran over to that. You've been to the Colosseum ruins in that game, right? The
Yep.
big Colosseum that's right off the Great Plateau, and right in the middle is a Lionel. So I just dropped right down in there and fought him, and my sword did not break. I was able to do the entire fight, and the sword didn't break. So it's either got really increased durability or is unbreakable. I'm not sure which yet. But either way, it's very welcome.
And it's got 3 parts, so it's like punching you in each testicle and the dick.
Pretty much, yeah. It's very thorough. It's a very thorough trial. It's pretty crazy.
It sounded
takes you,
extremely frustrating, especially if you try and do it not in like... It sounds frustrating if you chip away and throw bombs at everything, and probably even insanely frustrating if you try and do it like correctly or like fight straight up.
So I threw a lot of remote bombs. I was that guy. I perched wherever I could and just I was like, I got time. I can do this. It takes you through all kinds of different environments. So in the first set of trials, like the second half of them, you're in the dark. If you remember that one island where it's just everything's dark and you can't see anything, there are like a couple of lit torches around.
Yep.
You're in that. And that ends with a Hinox battle in the dark. It's great. You go into the final trials has a whole bunch of stages in the rain with lightning. So you can't use any metal weapons, or if you do, you have to be very careful about not getting hit by lightning. And it's hitting the ground randomly around you anyway the entire time. The game tosses you a pair of Flamebreaker boots, so you can stand on, burning hot ground, so you can have a couple of lava stages, but it doesn't give you a whole lot of defense. The whole point of these, like, it drops you in and it takes all of your gear. So you go into this with nothing. Everything you pick up during the fights, you keep, and you take through the stages. You get just a couple of scraps of food here and there, and every couple of levels you go into like a breather level where it has like a little cooking pot and there are no enemies, and you can cook something real quick and then get back to it. It's very challenging, and I think part of my frustration early on was that I hadn't played the game in a while, so it took me a while to get back into the correct mindset, not just like try to run around and be suicidal. So and then for the final trials, I will admit that I looked up a guide halfway through because I started getting pretty far into it, and I was like, all right, I don't want to have to do any of this over again. So I looked up a guide and kind of followed that. But yeah, that was that's I like it.
Where does all the DLC fall? Like, you're supposed to play it after you finish the whole game? Anywhere?
Well, no. So the deal with finishing the game in that game, like, you can finish it, it'll mark your save file as like you finished it, but then when you load back in, it's right before the ending.
Okay.
So you can't actually save like after the end fight. So the DLC is all, it's best to do end game when you've got your power-ups, you've got a lot of hearts, you've got a lot of stamina and whatnot, but you can pretty much do it at any time.
Well, yeah, so the DLC, like, all your stuff gets removed. You could do it like right when you play the game for the first time, and that's more
Well,
artificial?
Probably you need the Master Sword.
Oh.
It's tied to the Master Sword, so you have to go get the Master Sword, and where the DLC sends you is like it's a separate like kind of dungeon on its own. So it's not in the actual game world. It's
Okay.
you're thrown into dungeon floor. So it's a specific place and specific area in the game that you do that. So that was pretty cool. And can I talk about Metopia real quick?
Yeah.
I was telling John about that the other day.
Sure.
You guys, if you're not familiar with it, this is a game that came out for the 3DS.
Okay.
In it, it's kind of a fantasy-ish like RPG light. You make a little party of characters. They can be warriors and mages and clerics and all that stuff. All of the characters in the game are populated by Miis, and you can either assign them yourself from either Miis that you made or got through your Mii Plaza, or you can get them from the internet, or you can let the game randomly assign stuff too. So that's kind of half the fun of it is, just having Miis assigned to random things. So I got the demo for that and I was playing it. I let it randomly assign all of the Miis in a village, the first village you come to, and I let it get them from the internet. So, like, the first character I encounter is, like, this little, like, rambunctious child, and it's got the face of Heath Ledger's Joker, because that was the Mii it pulled from the internet. There was a romantic couple in town that they were the Green Arrow and Peppermint Patty. Bowser Jr. was, like, another character in there, too. It's all the weird Miis that people make. And the point of the game is the big bad guy comes, steals everybody's faces, and then as you cross the countryside fighting monsters, they all have the faces, and when you kill a monster, the face goes back to the character. For the big bad guy, I chose the Mii. I made Corey the big bad guy. He's the evil Dark Lord, or whatever it was called. My character is my main character. John joined my party. He's a mage.
Just like in
Nanners
real
has
life.
also... Yep. You've got like a little robe and wizard hat and a broom now. Nanners joined the party. I made you a thief, primarily because they had goggles.
Excellent.
And then we had another... it's like a character that doesn't join your party, but they just show up once in a while. It's like this powerful mage that'll come in from time to time. And I made that Brady. So he comes in from time to time just to be like, oh, hey, I'll help for a second.
Remember when I played the 3DS? See ya.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So it's mostly entertaining for if you've got Miis of like all of your friends and whatnot, and you throw them in all these different roles. But otherwise, I don't know what the game retails for, but whatever it is, it's probably...
Is it like a serious game or more like, the puzzle and all that other stuff where like you play it for 30 seconds and then you move on?
It's not quite like that. It's more like a standard game as far as gameplay goes, but it's really not involved.
Okay.
Like you just get into a monster fight and you just pick like attack, or you pick whatever your move is, and then you can have the game auto fight for you too if you don't even want to do that much. So it's not very deep as far as I've seen so far, but it's amusing.
Does the Nintendo rabbit show up and ask you to give him money like every fight?
No, he does not. At least not in the demo. That could be in the full game. Maybe you can pay real dollars to fight or beat whatever. But no. Anyway, so that's the most use my 3DS has gotten in a while.
Yeah, I don't think I've turned mine on since Pokemon, really.
Yeah.
And like, I think it's been sitting on the charger too, so I probably wrecked the battery just by leaving it sit there for like months.
Gonna say charge for 20 minutes when you take it off
Yeah.
and just die. No, but Pokemon Ultra's coming out. Aren't you gonna buy that again?
Nope.
Yeah.
I think I'm done. I think this
Yeah.
last Pokemon, I'm done.
Unless
with it.
they removed the calls for help mechanic, I've got no interest in this one.
Even that, I don't know. This last one just didn't click with me, and maybe it's because I burned myself out last year playing other versions of that game previously. But
It's possible.
if they put one out on the Switch, though,
It's coming. They said it's coming. That was, remember their E3 announcement where like a guy turned to the camera and said they're working on it, and that was it. That was the whole thing. And then like right after that, we got the logo for Metroid Prime 4. Those were the big announcements.
the two Captain Obvious moments of Nintendo's press conference, but they had to say something, I guess.
God, somebody couldn't somebody have just made like a piece of concept art or something? Show us anything?
Just a little trailer. I think the trailer is more exciting. Any little trailer is at least more exciting than showing a logo. But
yeah,
I don't know.
We're having a guy tell the camera, we're working on it.
He's just sitting there with his pad and pen, thinking of dumb Pokemon names.
What if it was like a toilet and a toilet brush? I don't know.
That's going to be in the next
I'm
one.
out of
Thanks,
ideas.
Nanners.
That's too close to a Persona. There is a Persona that's just floating on a toilet, and it uses the move Concentrate to power up its magic.
Nice.
Yep.
Speaking of Persona, John,
I'm,
how you doing with that game?
I beat it.
All
I was
right.
going to say, I wrote done, but I don't think I'm done.
Oh,
But I beat it.
do you need 100% it?
I think I want to,
Okay.
but I think it's going to take a back seat to other things now. So it is no longer my primary focus. I would like to get all of the trophies and platinum that game because it seems very attainable. The one hard one left is to get all of the Persona. So I reverted my save before I beat the game where you run around in Mementos, which is basically just a giant tower, and all of the Persona that you fight throughout the game and all of the individual dungeons also show up there. So I'm just going to,
It's convenient.
grind that out. And you can fuse them together, so even if I don't get the ones I need, I can look up what two I need to put together, and it will make the ones I need. So I made myself a very elaborate spreadsheet based on the work of someone else and went through and notated all the ones I had, the ones I need. So I'm going to do that, I think. And then once I get that one, there are a few things you need to do in New Game Plus, but that game moves a whole lot faster when you just skip through like everything, basically. So that's moved to the background. I played the Splatoon 2 Splatfest thing that they had this past weekend, the ice cream versus cake. I chose Team Ice Cream, and we won handedly.
What? Can you go back? Team Ice Cream versus Team Cake? Like,
Yeah, their
Splat-
Splatfest normally have like a theme.
Yes.
okay.
So, yeah, Splatoon has Splatfests where it will... Remember the, like, you vote thing or me vote or whatever that thing
Everybody
was?
Votes
Everybody
channel?
Votes channel on the
Yeah.
Wii. They basically took that, lifted it, and added it to Splatoon, where you, during a Splatfest, you pick a team and then fight for that team in your battles. And it matches people together, except most of the battles I was in were Team Ice Cream versus Team Ice Cream. So Team Ice Cream won. And I'm wondering if that's how it won so badly, just based on...
It just had so many more people. On
yeah,
the team,
they were going to get a point regardless. I think Nintendo overestimated how much people like cake, is my takeaway from that Splatfest demo. There wasn't a whole lot new that I didn't play in the previous like test Splat thing that they had. I'm going to pick that game up. I want to play more of it. It's a fun thing.
So I only played one round of the Splatfest. Did you actually get to a point of where you could switch classes and whatnot? Because I think at the very beginning I couldn't.
You can, you just can't do, you have to like pop all the way back to a menu or go to one of the specific stores in the hub world to change stuff.
Okay.
And then also, once you pop into a game, there's like no way to quit that game until it matches you with people. Like I couldn't back out. I had to play the game and then quit after I finished a game.
No.
It seems a little clunky in that true Nintendo fashion. But the gameplay itself is pretty solid. I think it's a fun idea. I like the idea of any sort of like shooter with a secondary objective of just making as much of a mess as possible. So, you don't have to worry about trying to splat people all the time. You can just get a big paint roller and roll around with that.
And you will splat people if you do anyway.
Yeah.
Because that thing is OP.
I tried the motion control. I only played in handheld mode. I didn't play on the TV, so I can't speak to the motion controls with just a controller. But playing in handheld mode and trying to use motion controls, because people swear by it, I wanted to try it. I can't do it.
It reminds me of Star Fox on the 3DS. They put motion controls in that. And this was the first version of the 3DS where like you had to hold it dead still to get the 3D.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like if you were trying to do that and play the game in 3D, like you couldn't. You had to like move your head around with the 3DS. And anyway.
Yeah, I will probably try it again on a TV. I thought it was interesting that in the settings you can set motion on for handheld mode and specific to TV mode as well, so you can split your options depending on how the Switch is hooked up. I
didn't see that option. Actually, the one round I played was on TV, so I was using the Pro Controller, and that had the motion control on. The only thing I can say is that I just subconsciously tilt the controller up while I'm playing, especially when things get tense. So that just makes my character start looking straight up, and it's like, So I had to keep like forcing myself to hold the controller forward so I could see. I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, it seems weird because the left and right you still controlled on the right stick, but up and down seem to be motion. I don't know.
Yeah.
I need to play with it more.
Yeah.
And earlier today, I fired up the Destiny 2 beta on Xbox One. Played through the first mission, which apparently what we played at E3 wasn't the entire first mission.
Yeah, it cut off right before you got up to the command ship, didn't it?
Nope.
Or right near the end, then?
The beginning. It didn't start where you start. There's more to the beginning. The E3 demo, it just dropped you like right next to the guy shielding you.
Oh,
I
you
can't
were
think
up
of
at
his
the
name.
Zavala. Yeah.
It drops you like really close to him, but there's more to go through where you like see Cade and stuff in this demo.
Did you also try to shoot Cade? Because
no.
I had no idea what was going through the door. Yeah, like
I did not.
I had no
You
idea
animal.
what that was.
Nathan Fillion is disappointed in you.
I'm sorry.
But it's weird playing that game on a console now, because playing it on a console, it just feels like more Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't the same experience that I got.
And you were like
on
impressed
a PC.
by PC, right? Like,
Yeah, like, and
Still-
of course they gave us like 1080 Ti 4K.
Yeah.
Like you play it and it's like the best way to play it. So of course my expectations are like tempered for the console, but like dropping down to 30 and like it looks nicer than Destiny, but it kind of just seems like more Destiny when you play it on a console to me.
Yeah. Well, graphically, like all of Destiny 1 stuff, at least for the tower in that area, that was all designed for like the 360 and whatnot, because didn't it launch like on the 360 and the one?
Yeah, it wasn't until the last DLC that they finally dropped PS3 and 360.
Right, so designing, I guess, the destroyed tower now, they could just be like, oh, we can make this for the actual current gen. So, yeah, it definitely looks a lot nicer, but yeah, you'd still say PC is the way to go?
I think so. I mean, unless you have a reason or your crew is playing on console and there's a reason to stick around, I think PC is probably going to be the way to play it.
Yeah.
And another thing with this beta is you get to play the opening story mission, which once you finish that, you can't do it again. You just have to like delete a character and restart. Or I think that's the only way to do it because there's no option to replay it.
No, there's no option to replay. You can make multiple characters, but then and once you fill up all your slots,
Right.
you have to delete them. That's the only way to replay. I've played it twice, and that's what I had to do.
Okay. And you get to play one strike and then casual multiplayer or competitive multiplayer. Those are the only things in the beta. And then you're just sort of locked at level 20 with 200 light or whatever it is.
Power.
Power.
It's power this
It's
time.
power.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
what a
took the light.
change.
So now it's power.
And so basically anything you do, you get like a purple item, which your whole character is just like specced out with purple items. And then so far, everything I've done, I've just gotten the same purple items that I have already. And I realized very quickly that Destiny isn't fun at all when you're not getting any loot. Like, it's just like, this game plays really well, but when there's no reward for doing anything, it's not a fun game.
See, and you had scoffed at that trailer where Cade 6 is like, and a whole lot of loot, and everybody cheers. And you're like, oh yeah, the Guardians are cheering for loot. Now you see. Now you see.
No,
it's about the loot.
I want the loot. My Guardian should just care about saving, their own ass. They shouldn't
That's
care
true.
about the loot.
That is true.
I care about the loot as a player. Cade is just getting meta and talking past the Guardians at me.
Right.
But yeah, I was really excited to play the beta, and now I've played it, and I'm like, I kind of just want to play Destiny instead because at least I'll get something for doing this.
Well, you still have how long left on that shirt? Like a week and a half. If you want to get it, go for it.
Yeah, no, not a chance. I gave up on that thing a long time ago. I don't know that I looked it over and then just like sort of ran numbers in my head about like, all right, how much time do I have to play this? And I could probably like focus it. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm not going to do any of this shit. Like,
Yeah.
quickly came to the realization that I'm just not going to do it. And
Yeah. I will say that the last thing in that I rounded out by what's that mission, Siege of the Warmind, where like you're in just the hallway with the thralls running at you.
mm-hmm.
I just did that grinding out orbs for my hunter. It took like an hour. So that's kind of what grinding out that whole book was kind of like.
Yeah, it seems like not a lot of fun for the opportunity to give them money for a shirt. Like, if you're going to be playing Destiny anyway, it definitely gives the, purpose. I just have other things I would like to do, so...
I should mention that I think the sale of that shirt goes towards some charity or something.
Oh.
So
Oh.
at least there's that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, they do also block it behind the wall of having to do all that stuff, though.
Right,
Well, yeah.
because you have to play their game.
Right.
Yeah. What have you been doing all this time with it?
I mean, think of it this way, Nanners. They needed a way to get people to continue playing Destiny 1 until Destiny 2 came out, and offering this is a way to get some people, like, looped back in. Like,
Yeah.
I had fun with Destiny. I'll go do that stuff.
Yeah.
In any case, I'm excited for Destiny 2, even though the beta is not great. But
It's okay.
it
but
scratches
yeah,
it scratches the itch. I mean,
Yeah.
when it opens up, it's probably worth playing a little bit of just to do it. And I'm more interested for the PC one in August because I would like to see how it runs on my current machine. And then
Then you'll upgrade.
Right. And then I will be unimpressed again and just be like, ugh, and then upgrade and
But
get
you're in luck
divorced
now.
and then
Well, you're in luck now. You'll be able to find a video card because didn't like cryptocurrency have some sort of big downswing in their market?
Yep.
Aren't
So
all those guys like selling the video cards that they snapped up now? They're
Yep.
all over eBay.
I'm
Apparently.
hoping they're on eBay on the cheap. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
I made money selling my old card. It was fantastic.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm probably going to keep my old card if I rebuild, but that's just because I'm going to turn my current machine into a like producer and editing machine. So
Check it out on eBay though. Like, I don't understand mining, but I made money by having my card for a year. Like, I netted $75 for owning the card for a year.
That's unheard of
Yeah,
for
like,
PC hardware.
I don't get it, but I'm happy to
Yeah.
take the upgrade.
All right, so popping into the news. Or I guess this isn't really news, but we'll start with it. Did anyone else watch the Castlevania anime
Not yet.
out on
Nope.
Netflix?
I'm 1 episode in, and it's only 4 episodes long.
I was going to say, Aaron, how did you manage to get one in? There's like 4 of them, and they're like 20 minutes long.
There's only 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only
Oh,
4, and that's the entire first
no
season.
idea.
So, yeah, if you're bored, just go watch the whole thing after this podcast.
Yeah, I was watching with my wife. She's now traveling, so I have to wait for it to come back.
Yeah, we sat down last Friday and just watched the whole thing. It's basic. It could have been a movie. They could have just made that like a movie.
Well, they were going to make a Castlevania movie for a long time, weren't they? Like, that was in development hell for a while, and then this snuck out. Apparently, a lot of people like it. What'd you think?
I thought it was good. The themes are very in your face with what they're trying to do
Right.
right from episode 1.
I was gonna say from episode 1. From episode 1, I'm kind of rooting for Dracula at this point. So I'm curious when that's gonna change.
Who's the real monster, Aaron? They
what
may
is
as
a
well
man?
just like what is a man? They may as well just flash that the entire first episode just over and over.
Pretty
Like,
much.
Do you get it? Do you get what we're trying to say
Got it?
here?
See what's going on? Yeah.
All right, all right, great. We got it. It's cool. I'm excited to see more of it.
Yeah, there's going to be a season 2. Like, that's already on the way.
Yes,
And-
yes. And it is going to be double the length of season 1, so we'll at least get 8 episodes this time.
Pulling double time. There was an interview with the I guess the showrunner, whoever created the show, and he talked about at least that they're not making it up as they go along. Like, he's actually got an idea for the entire story and like how it's going to play out. So
I bet they're going to go into Dracula's castle and fight a lot of things.
wait, that doesn't happen in season 1?
No.
Don't spoil it for me.
I will. Okay, yeah. I will say there were no wall chickens, so that's still they can still slide that in there in future seasons.
What are they even doing?
I know. In other news, Atari has a new console coming out,
Yeah.
and they put wood grain on it.
Sold.
Yeah.
Kay probably has one pre-ordered already. We just don't know.
I'm interested to see what it's going to be, but they have been very light on details on what it's actually going to be.
Yeah, someone pulled this quote out, which is the quote that I took away as well. It also means that while we will be delivering classic gaming content, we will also be delivering current gaming content. Huh?
Yeah.
You
So
know,
can
it's a PC.
You
So
know,
can
Can
I
I play
pl-
the games
the
on it?
Sonic
Can I play
franchise
Doom
you
on it?
love with, you know,
You can do anything with it, John. Come on. That's what they're saying.
It's going to be the new #1 place to play Madden and Call of Duty every year. All of the current gaming content.
You know what would be awesome is if they made like demakes of all current games. Like they made like Atari 2600 style, like
you know
blocky
that game
little.
you love? Here's the shitty version.
Yeah,
What if Breath of the Wild, but he was a pixel?
Be in the style of E.T.
Yeah, I don't know what this thing is going to be, really.
nobody seems to know. I don't think Atari knows what it's going to be.
It's going to be a money grab, but whether it's
Yeah.
successful or not is the actual question.
Yeah, price is going to decide this thing's fate for sure.
Yeah.
Like, if this thing is anything over $100, it's doomed.
I would agree with
I
that.
would say.
I would say, depending
even
on what
100,
it
I'd
is,
say. Yeah.
if this is something amazing, maybe you could get away with above 100. I think even at 100, unless this is really great, that we're just going to have another Ouya on our hands.
I was going to say, what can they do that would make it amazing, Nanners? I don't.
It's got VR support. for 2600 style games. Just the blocky pixels around.
I mean, that doesn't sound too bad.
ET in VR.
Oh God, no.
You
Okay.
can fall down the pits like in first person. Sorry.
I have that game in the other room. It's really not good.
I have it here. It was. I actually really liked it when I was a kid. Like I understood. Like as soon as I started playing, I'm like, okay, this is nothing like the movie. And then I know I kind of liked it. But yeah.
Some more news. As of last night, the Nintendo Online app is out for Android and iOS.
Is that good?
This is going to be the thing that ties to Nintendo's online service, the thing that's going to be $20 for a year. It is going to support different games, and it seems like when you launch it, you'll basically go into like different channels for the different games. I couldn't get in last night. It just said down for maintenance, so I haven't gotten to try it yet.
I got to open it on my phone and tie it to my account, and literally it just, like, it has a screen where it's like, here's the Splatoon 2 thing, which you can't do anything with because the game isn't out. So that's about it. You can link your account, and that's it.
Yep. So every game will use the app differently. Splatoon 2 has Splatnet 2, which I guess will have special gear stats from Stats and Records. And then the stage schedules, because when you play Splatoon, the levels that you can play rotate depending on time.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure it's also going to track whatever the Splatfest they do and whatnot, the big events. But yeah, they're talking about like you can purchase like clothing and gear and whatnot through that, and then when you log into the game, you can pick it up in game. So it seems neat. It sounds to me like the Nintendo Online app's just going to be like a collection of smaller apps, kind of. It's like, imagine having like the Destiny app like tied in with like, I don't know, like I can't think of any other comparable app.
It's the smart glass experience you've been waiting for.
On
there
your
you
phone.
There you go.
Perfect.
You know how everyone loved smart glass.
Yeah. I'd forgotten. I still have that installed, actually. That's how much I forgot about it. It's just tucked in a folder
everyone
somewhere.
forgot about it.
So we should talk about some of the shining features of this app, though.
By features, do you mean like the giant gaping flaw that it has?
If you want to call it that.
I mean, it.
But only if you want to be 100% accurate when you call it that.
I'm interested in the giant gaping flaw.
So, to use voice chat, the app must be open. You can't multitask with it or tab away from it. And your screen has to be on. So if your phone goes to sleep,
it cuts out.
It cuts out.
Destroy the battery of every phone.
Yep. It's a Pokemon Go all over again.
Yeah.
Which even Pokemon Go, they fixed that, didn't they?
Yep.
They did. Yeah.
You don't have to have that open all the time now?
I mean,
it's been a while for me in Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I thought I read they fixed that at some point.
Yeah, it'll still like record steps. You know, if you have it, if you have your phone locked. At least I think it will. Or they added like a battery saving mode.
There's a battery saver, but that's like the phone's still on. It just blacks out the screen.
So
but anyway,
does this just verify our theory that Nintendo just doesn't give a fuck if anyone uses this feature or not?
I like your theory that they know we're just going to use something else, like Discord or something else. So yeah, they put like no effort into this.
You mean Discord, which I think you can tab away from or lock the screen on their phone app?
Or even Skype or whatever else on your phone. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. The other is so. I like that theory, but the flaw with that is for doing private rooms in game on Splatoon, you have to invite people from the phone app as well.
Well,
so if you want to do a private,
to use the voice chat at least then.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, still you have to involve the phone. Like you can't just in game run into the multiplayer area, open a room, and invite your friends from there. You have to run into the game, open a room, pull out the phone, and invite your friends through the phone app.
Oh, Jesus,
that's what I read.
Seamless experience.
I'm pretty sure.
I sent you an invite in Splatoon in game.
Was it for a private match? Also, I didn't get that.
I think
I didn't check my phone.
It was
though.
probably
was your
because
phone
I
on?
No.
it's probably because I logged out shortly after
Oh,
that.
okay.
But I went into the Splatfest team game, and then I started a lobby, and it let me send an invite from there in game. So I don't know.
I've read this on a couple of outlets though. They said you have to do the invites from the phone app. So, well, we'll have to test it again, I guess, when the game comes out.
When is that game out now?
21st, I think. Is that
It's
right? Am I right?
Friday, I believe. Yeah, Friday.
Yes. That is this Friday. So I pre-ordered it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that too.
I'm going. I would like to own it, so I may as well get the Amazon discount and own a physical copy because Amazon physical copies are still the cheapest way to get anything.
That's so disappointing. A, it's disappointing that that's pretty much the only way to get a discount on Nintendo games. And then B, yeah, that you can't get that discount on the digital copy. I would rather have the digital copy. I got a giant SD card in this thing for that reason. I want to download all the games to that and not have to deal with switching carts.
Yep, I would enjoy that too, but like I'm disappointed with myself that I paid full price for ARMS on launch day.
Yeah,
Like-
I did that too, didn't I?
I mean, we wanted it for the plane ride, so we got that, but
Have you played it since the update?
no,
They did
not
some
since they
rebalancing.
and they added
Yeah.
a new character too. I saw.
Yeah, well, it was the boss of the campaign. What's his face? Max Brass or whatever it
I
was.
never
all the
made
way
it
to-
that far.
You never? Oh, okay.
I really
Actually, when-
haven't played ARMS since E3.
Maybe like 2 nights after E3 at home, I played it laying in bed. So I went through like the first 3 difficulty levels, and that's about as far as I could go. And yeah, he's the end boss character, but now he's a playable character too.
Yeah, I should fire that up again. It wasn't a bad game. I just sort of, it's just bad that I feel like I saw the whole game in the couple hours we played it.
Yeah. Yeah,
It-
it seemed like there wasn't a whole lot of
it
depth going
seemed
on. I get
rare.
I get all the like moves you do and all the counters that you have to do, and it becomes, I don't know, it's difficult to predict what's going to come, and that's where all the difficulty lies, and like that's only so much fun for so long, at least for me.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of anything else that happened recently. Ni no Kuni 2 got delayed.
Yep.
So that's pushed out into next year, which, hooray, one less thing to play this year, I guess. One less, like, giant RPG to play through.
If you started now, you'd have just enough time.
Yeah. Evo happened. There were a lot of announcements at Evo, more than I
yeah.
expected, and fighting games are more alive than I realized, I guess.
Yeah,
Right.
I missed Evo, but that's usually a big deal. Anything, any big announcements?
I was gonna say Street Fighter V announced their newest DLC character, which everyone collectively like at. So
I feel like that's like any Street Fighter news. Like Street Fighter fans are the first ones to go, "This is awful. We hate it."
Geese Howard
Who?
is going to be a Tekken character now. He was a Fatal Fury boss character and in like the King of Fighters games and stuff like that. He's an SNK, like boss characters. So Tekken now has a Street Fighter character, a Fatal Fury character. I just put everyone in Tekken. Sure.
It sounds like
Yeah.
somebody's random boss, like in the office. I'm
Yeah.
gonna fight him.
Geese Howard.
Yeah.
Peace out.
All those TPS reports. I'm so angry.
They made some more announcements for people in Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Future Trunks. I think Krillin showed up.
those aren't surprising, but it's good to know they're going to be there.
Jeddah from Darkstalkers, I believe, is going to be in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. It was basically a ton of character announcements for fighting games. For far more fighting games than I realized people were excited about or still played. Yeah, that's a quick scan. That was about all I saw. I just popped in to Evo every now and then. It's fun watching that stuff when people are really good at those games.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to go back and watch like the finals of some of those things. Kingdom Hearts had some news. Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be released next year, so they say. And there's going to be a Toy Story World.
Oh yeah, I saw some pictures of that.
Yeah.
I forget who did it, but somebody paired the images from that with the quote from way back when the PS2 was coming out.
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
that E3 that year, where they said it could render Toy Story like graphics.
We finally got there.
We finally got there. 2 PlayStations later.
Yep. Yeah, I don't have a lot else.
Titanfall 2, you just don't want to even read that? Is that
Yeah,
what's
do you
going
want
on?
to talk about that, Brady?
Oh,
No, we played that before abruptly giving up on the game entirely.
yeah, it's sadly true.
Yeah, there's a co-op wave survival mode coming out.
Ooh.
Yeah, I would reinstall for that.
I think I still have that installed. Yeah, I'd
Also,
play that.
a free trial weekend, July 28th. So if you don't like getting killed by real people, you get killed by AI.
The AI was always the most fun to kill in that
Yeah,
game.
exactly.
On the note of like free trials, I guess Doom is going to have a weekend where they're opening up all their DLC for the version for its release 6.66 is, I guess they got up to like that many iterations or patches. So in honor of that, they're releasing
Is that
the
just
DLC
one
for free.
weekend?
I think so.
Oh, okay. I thought
don't
it was the
think
patch released all previous DLC for free, but
I don't think so. I would
that
have
seemed too
double
good to
check
be
that.
true.
Yeah. I think it's just opening it up temporarily. Let me go back to the doc and actually make sure there's no other news this time before I declare there's no more news. Sorry, Titanfall.
I think that was it.
Yeah, I feel like we're in a light time in terms of news.
Mm-hmm.
The summer lull, yeah.
Yep. Just everyone is preparing for all the obnoxiousness of all the games starting in August.
Yeah.
'Cause that's,
Finish your outstanding games now.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yep. I feel like once Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle happens, that's going to be the tip of the iceberg. That's where it all just goes down from there. Especially like Mario Odyssey coming out like holiday, trying to like tear through that game before Game of the Year just to give it like a fair shake.
Yeah.
I'm going to play plenty of it, I'm sure. Well, it comes out October, so...
Oh, it does? Okay.
You don't know? It comes out the 27th, which is the same day as Assassin's Creed Origins, and what's the other game? One other really big game comes out that day.
Oh, good.
Destiny 2 PC. I really hope I'm kidding.
I don't know that. I think that actually comes out in October as well.
That has a
here we
release
go.
date.
It is, where is he? Where? All right, Polygon let me down. Sorry. Stranger Things Season 2 comes out that day.
Oh,
too.
okay.
Oh.
But no, there's another game that comes out that day.
What day is it?
October 27th.
Oh, okay. Don't worry. We get 3 full days of Destiny 2 on PC before that happens.
Oh, good.
Nice.
We'll be max light level by then.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what is it? Not light.
Power.
Power level.
It's now power.
Max power.
Max power.
He's going to teach us gym, guys. Don't worry.
All right, well, there's something else coming out today. I don't remember.
That's fine. We don't need more things.
The Path of Exile
Oh, shit.
DLC is August 4th.
Mm.
They just announced that date today, I think. It's kind of a big deal.
Oh, I found it.
Yeah, it is.
Wolfenstein 2.
Oh,
shit.
Today.
Oh,
Yep.
God.
That's fairly big.
That is
sure.
a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. Go on.
We're going to be poor.
Yep.
I better go return that wine fridge. I'm going to need the money.
Just get a Patreon going or something.
Yeah. Just buy us 1 game a month, please. That's all.
Just pennies a day you can support.
Yeah.
Bottle of Fuchsia.
You can buy us like a quarter of a video game. So, thanks for listening to the Bottled Fuchsia cast. We have been Bottled Fuchsia. You can find all of our content at bottledfuchsia.com. Streams at twitch.tv/bottledfuchsia and mixer.com/bottledfuchsia or mixer.com/team/bottledfuchsia. We have a bunch of us on the team, so if we're using our individual accounts, you can find us there as well. Videos and archives of streams at youtube.com/bottledfuchsia, Facebook and Twitter at bottledfuchsia. And I will talk to you guys in 2 weeks.
Woohoo.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya.